Hey guys, welcome back to the next video. In this video, we are going to execute the SSL auto-data-switch with another new function, which is Openssl with a third-party signed certificate or CSR signed certificate, which means that you're going to get a CSR with it, and a self-signed Openssl certificate. That's what we are going to look at this video. And in this video, I just wanna tell you how to modify this Openssl item over here. And we will also try to change the key size, which will impact the Openssl. So to do that, you can do -h to understand the options available. And here you can actually give the option for -k. So now here, this is, I'm giving 4096, and then with -o, within that, I'm going to give SHA512 rather than SHA256. And then I'm going to execute this command. So I'm just going to give yes. And here I'm going to create an option of number 3 over here, wherein which I'll be creating a CSR with the Openssl, which means I'll get a key and I'll get a CSR file. There are two files which you're just going to get. Now here it says that please enter the file name, and you do not have to specify .key as an extension. So here I'm going to create number 4 over here for this particular example. So I'm just going to create that one. And then the password here, it's not asking you for a last name because we know that the key file is going to be individual for each key, which means that you don't have to specify an alias name. So here I'm giving a password here, and as you can see, mandatory parameters are started coming over here. Common name is mandatory, library as in like OU is mandatory, books as in organization name is mandatory for you to run successfully the Openssl command. And here the location is going to be LA, state is going to be LA, and the country is going to be US. Now these are mandatory, and here you have to make sure that it is hit 2 characters because Openssl is determined and it will look for these 2 characters. Give those 2 character details, and then here you have the email address, and it is also something which is mandatory that you should specify a team email address or an app email address. And would you like to specify a SAN name plus IP address for this? Yes, I would like to specify, and here I want to specify 3 SAN names. The first SAN name goes like this with the host name and then library.com, and then the third one over here. I'm just giving a random names because it doesn't really matters. So here is the number of IP address. At this moment, I don't have any IP address, so I select 0 option, wherein to say that I don't have any IP address. Is this value is correct? So yes, these values are correct. And then now it is generating a key file and a CSR file. And here you go, you have the option to check the CSR file over here. So this is going to tell you about that. So now you can see that the big signature value over here, which is talking about a 4096 size of a key value. And you can see that is created with SHA-512 as specified earlier. And over here is your subject alternative name, which has the DNS name. So if you had an IP address, you would be having that over here. Now remember, current restriction on this script is having to have the DNS names to 9 and IP address to 9. That's the maximum number of it. So if you have a requirement to have an increased file size, you can get back to me on that. But I don't really think that it's just required at this moment, more than 9 numbers. Now, you can also see some extended key utilization, digital signature, and other sort of entries over here, which can be modified by me. So if you just let me know if there is a different requirement to have different extensions, we can do that as well. But that again requires some kind of a modification on the source script and updating that, and that I can do that. And if those options are going to be very familiar and people really requested a lot, I can give options like these, like this option, so that you can actually change it at the time of key creation. So that will be that's all something which we can do later point of time. And we will have scope for upgrading these scripts going further. Here in terms of the subject address and the public key size. You can see that this is what we specified earlier, and this is the subject name which we have specified. So you can go ahead, get this signed, and then import. And you don't really have to import in this situation because you can't import it. You can just specify it as a CRT file or CER file, and then you can load it on your Apache or your load balancer directly. Now that is done, so let's go ahead and execute the same command one more time to create a self-signed certificate. So here is just confirm by saying yes, and here I'm gonna give the option number 13 over here, and here in the option number 13 you can press option number 3, so which means that we're gonna create a Openssl self-signed certificate. Now here I'm gonna modify the host because the file already exists, so I'm gonna create a new host file. So now the host file name is given, the password is given, the common name is also given, and library as in the organization unit, books as in the organization, LA location, LA state, and US as in the country name. So here mandatory email address, so I'm giving this email address with an expiry day of 3650 as in 10 years expiry. I'm giving it for the certificate. And then I'm just waiting for the option for SAN and IP address. So would you like to specify? Yes, I would like to specify SAN names. So the option works the same way. Oh, I'm sorry, I just screwed up. The option works the same way as you specify yes or no. If you're going to specify no, it's going to work perfectly fine. There is not going to be any difference towards this output of the command. It's just that you won't be having any SAN names. So I will try to show you that on this particular video as well. So let me just go ahead and do this without this SAN names this time. So here is the email address, and then this time it's going to be 3650, and here SAN names are going to be no. And you can see that it works perfectly fine. There's no issue on the script either. So now you are actually verifying the CRT file, not the CSR file. CSR is certificate signing request. CRT is your certificate itself. Now this file can be directly loaded into your load balancer. Now you will see that issuer and the sender subject details, and then you can see that size which you have mentioned. You have also seen you can also see the SHA-256 as well. So sorry, SHA-512 as well set for your certificate. So there you go. That's how you need to specify your information, which is required for you to certify. We have seen both the CSR as well as this one as well. So I think pretty much we have covered all those things. Thanks again for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one.